Hi, and welcome to the Knitted Cupcake Podcast, episode 17. My name is Lacey. I'm the host of this podcast, and this is my second time doing it. I got an hour into it, almost done, and then I hit a button, and it deleted it all. So, here we go again. So, hopefully it'll be not as sporadic and crazy and unorganized the second time around, but we'll see. So, if you are a new viewer, welcome. Thank you for spending some time with me. And if you like what you see, feel free to hit the subscribe button, the like button, that kind of a thing. And if not, no worries. There's lots of other podcasts out there. I won't be offended. And if you're a returning viewer, welcome back. I'm glad that you choose to spend a little bit of time out of your week with me. So, or month, since it's been a month since I podcast last. So, yes. You may notice I have a little fluffy thing. He's not fluffy, but he's got fur. This is Boris. And he's sleeping, and I feel a little bad because I started the episode with him the last time I recorded. And then he was getting a little tired, a little restless. So I put him in his crate. And then I decided I needed to, not decided, but I have to re-record. And so I got him out of his crate. And so he's still mid-nap. But let's see if I can get him to kind of show his cute little face. That's his little grumpy face. Hi, buddy. So Boris is a 13-week-old Boston Terrier. He's going to go back to sleep. But now that he's really tired, he may be able to hang out with me this whole episode. We'll see. We've only had him for a couple weeks. He's been keeping Mama busy. He's very cute. Put your head down. You can go back to sleep. You can go back to sleep. But Boris, I love him. He's very cute. He has his own hashtag on Instagram. So if you, leads me into where you can find me. If you find me as the.knittedcupcake on Instagram, his hashtag is #BorisTheBosty. And you can see all the little cute things that he's up to. He's a bit of a butthead, but that's what happens when you have a 13-week-old puppy. You can go sleep. Okay. He just wants to tuck his head in. Okay. Other places you can find me. You can find me on Ravelry as WOU Knitter, all one word. And our podcast has the Knitted Cupcake Podcast if you search that in the groups tab. I'm also a moderator for the Slow Ass Knitters. So asses with $signs. I will have that all down here. Check that out. It's a really fun group that is moderated by, I think, 7 different podcasters. Myself, Lucky Jenny Knits, Candy from Pause for Stitches, Jen from the Jen Sheelan podcast, Amy from Amy's Knotted Knits, Sarah from Hooks and Books, and Lynn from Sunshine and Bubblegum. And we decided we are going to do seasonal cows. So we have our summer top cow. I'm going to move that off of the record button. We've got our summer top cow going on right now. So that ends in just a couple of days. So go check that out. Hi. Oh, big yawn. Hi, buddy. You going to go back to sleep, or did I just wake you up for good? And that's about it as far as where you can find me. Let's move into finished objects. So it's been about a month since I podcasted last, and I have 2 summer tops. I've been hanging out with my nephew who has a lisp. It's really cute. So 2 summer tops, 2, as well as 1 completed pair of socks. So let's get into this. So the first summer top I have to show you. I'm going to lay down. Don't fall off my lap. Oh, that's a good spot. Okay. Is my beachcomber tank. And this... Ooh. Sorry, buddy. This was a test knit for Songbirdie on Instagram, who's also Whitney Perez. And yeah, it is done. I test knit the 2X size. I probably could have gotten away with knitting an extra large, but I like some positive ease in my garments. So there's that. It's got a crossback. Oh, he's got the hiccups. And yeah, it's super cute. It's really, really great to wear. I have to wear like a racerback tank top underneath, but because it's out of 100% cotton, it's out of Lion Brand 24/7 in the aqua color, and I didn't even use 3 full skeins. So super cheap knit, really any worsted weight cotton would work. It would be really awesome out of the Cascade Pima cotton. Even the Knit Picks Dishy would work great. Any worsted weight cotton, because it's knit on size 15 needles, it's going to be great. So that is my first finished garment. Are you still hiccuping? Yep. My second knitted garment is you've never seen it, but this is the Ayla tank top, and this is a pattern by Isabel Kramer. It's been folded up, so it's got some creases in it. But this I knit out of Louette Euroflux Sport, and it has some lace work. Let's see if I can get that a little closer. At the bottom, it was a really enjoyable knit, I guess. Really mindless, good TV knitting for the body, because it's just straight up stock knit. My only complaint is that I didn't really pick the right size for me, because this was meant to have negative ease. I don't like negative ease. I want things with positive ease, so I picked a bigger size to have positive ease, and then I now have armpits that go down to like the bottom of my bra. So, and even still, like I think I did like one size for this much, and then decided to not make it any larger because I was supposed to be doing increases to make it a little more A-line. And I didn't do any of the increases, and ended me with a stitch count for I think 2 sizes smaller than what I cast on for. So I don't know. It's completely done, blocked. It's gone through the washer twice. The linen has softened up. It's great. I haven't worn it. I may not ever wear it, which means it may end up getting ripped out, which bums me out. But at the same time, I want to wear what I knit, and I don't see myself wearing something with armpits that come all the way down to here. It just, maybe in the fall when I can wear a cardigan over top of it. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not going to rip it out yet. But again, it's no fault of Isabel Kramer, the designer. It's all me in the size that I picked, because I read negative ease and I went, oh, I don't want that. So I took liberties to change it. Okay, let's talk about what I'm drinking, I guess. Seattle cider and the berry hard cider. It's delicious. I love hard cider. It's been on the expensive side though, but it's good. Hi. What you doing? Go back to sleep. Okay, now my final finished object, which I'm kind of glad I get to redo this part, because this is when I got up and put the puppy to bed, but then I had to get my sock blocker, and so it just created this crazy weird part that I was going to have to edit out. So now I can keep it all together. But my next finished object are my Lupin socks. And these I freaking love. Look at that sparkle. Do you see it? Do you see it? Do you see it? Okay, so this yarn, I obviously still have tails to weave in. But this is, the main body is Nomadic Yarns in her Spark Sock base in the Lupin color. And then the toe and the heel is, Haverland Yarns in her Pack Sock base in her Root Beer Float color. And I love these socks. I did a true afterthought heel with the Kirby Werby kind of YouTube directions. It's a little funny because it's just a little nub of color at the very back of the heel, but you know, I do have 2 socks, but I just had 1 open sock blocker. But the socks match up perfectly. Both of them have the little nub at the end, so I can't be mad at it because it just is what it is. And I wanted to put the heel in halfway through that gray stripe. So, and with the gray stripe being just as thick as all the other skinny stripes put together, it meant that I had a lot more yarn to work with. A lot more of that color to work with the heel. But again, so these are my Lupin socks. I love them. I think that Ashley, who is the dyer behind Nomadic Yarns, is a goddess when it comes to creating self-striping yarns because, again, they matched up perfectly, like to the stitch perfectly. So I couldn't be happier with how those turned out. Now I've got one on the ground. Let's move on to my whips / acquisitions, because all of my whips all but one are with new yarn that I've acquired in the last month. So say hi, buddy. Say hi. Oh, good scratches. So the first one, I'm really afraid with you wiggling around that you're just gonna fall on your face, is living in, and this is why it's acquisitions, because everything is so combined that, yeah, it's just both. So living in a brand new bag that I got from the amazing Megan of the Little Fish Stitches Etsy shop. Love the neon macaroons. I love them. In here is living a pair of socks that I knit whilst traveling. Oh, don't eat my yarn. Ta-da! So I am knitting these obviously 2 at a time. These are the Incantation socks by Kay Jones of the Bakery Bears. You want my yarn? Stop it. Hey. And the yarn is by the Fleece Artists in their 80/20 BFL nylon base, and the color is Bolt, and it is a really amazing grello. I love it. Will you not chew on that, please? Can you not chew on that, please? So, a few modifications that I did to this pattern. So, I did a Fish Lips Kiss heel. Hey, excuse me. Puppy trying to eat my knitting. No. So, I did a Fish Lips Kiss heel. The original pattern calls for either a 56, 64, or 72 stitch sock. None of those were the right stitch count for me. I knit a 60 stitch sock on a US 1, which is what those are knit on. I could do 64 on a 0, but I didn't bring my 0 with me, or I didn't start on my 0s. And so I decided, you know what, if the leg is in 64 stitches, it's not that big of a deal. So I did the whole leg in the 64 stitches, and then I was trying to eat my sock blocker. And then after the heel, I went down to 60 stitches. So the top half of the sock that's going to go on the top of my foot is 4 stitches more than the underside, which is fine. Not a big deal. And so you can see how it kind of changed the pooling, but both socks, I just dropped it. Both socks do that. So on the ground that goes. Yeah, so that's about it on that, on those. The next whip, I may have to put him back to bed or outside. You probably have to go potty, don't you? Because it's a big one. So let's see if we can manage this. So in my traveling, my first stop was Oklahoma City, And while I was there, I visited the Gourmet Yarn Company yarn shop, and it's a great shop. So if you are ever in Oklahoma City, go check them out because, again, great selection. And I ended up buying yarn to do the So Faded sweater. And if you follow me on Instagram, you've seen bits and pieces of it. And it was not a sweater that I had any intention of knitting, just because I hadn't seen a yarn that was within my price range, which this wasn't either, but when in Rome, right? And exactly how I wanted it to fade from one color to the next until I saw this yarn. And I didn't really have a color scheme in mind. Like I said, this was just not a sweater I was going to knit. If anything, I was going to do a fade in a completely different sweater. I was going to do like the pavement sweater or something like that. Just a totally different, because I didn't, again, that sweater is intended to have negative ease. I don't like that. I mean, look at, like, I don't like negative ease in my clothes. And so I saw this yarn, and at first I thought, you know what? Ooh, I'll do a faded dotted raise, and then I can join in the Stephen West fade along. And then I was like, you know what? If I'm buying 3 skeins for a shawl, I may as well buy a 4th and do a sweater, because I want to get closer to a handmade wardrobe. I don't know if it's ever going to be a fully handmade wardrobe, but I would like to have most of my sweaters handmade, have handmade, tops to wear during the summer, get into sewing to do some skirts, that kind of a thing. So I'm getting more into garment knitting, which I'm really excited about. So instead of the speckle fade, I ended up deciding to just do Andrea Mowry's pattern, the So Faded. Oop. Almost lost the puppy off my lap. Are we good? You gonna hang out? What's going on, dude? He looks kind of grumpy at me. So I'm gonna put him back in his kennel, and I will come back to show you my progress on my So Faded. Say bye! Say bye! Say bye! He doesn't look impressed. Okay, back to the So Faded. Maybe I put him back in his crate because I know he's tired and still needs more sleep. So hopefully he will go back to sleep and not start barking and crying. So this is my So Faded so far. I am, I think, 3 inches from being completely done with the body. Are you ready? Ya da da da. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my gosh. It is so good. So good. I do not think that I could be happier with how this is turning out at all. It's, I mean, look at that. You can tell that the colors change. You can't see exactly where they're at. I think the biggest part that you can tell is down here. It kind of wanted to pool a little bit, and so then the shifting of the colors made it stripe. But, oh my gosh. I can't even with this. It is amazing. Let's talk about the yarn. So I am using Mountain Colors yarn in their Twizzlefoot base, which is 53% superwash merino, 17% domestic wool, 17% silk, and 13% nylon. So it is sturdy, it is soft, and it's got a really awesome drape with the silk. And I believe that they call these speckly colors their mixed berry line or something like that. I don't really know. I can't remember. But yes, so let's talk about the colors. This top color, which is primarily green, is gooseberry. This next one is snowberry, followed by springberry, and last, but certainly not least, because it, I think, is the most vibrant of them all, is scarlet berry. Look how bright that is. Look at how awesome they faded together. I love it. So, again, I love this. I love, love, love this, and I think I'm going to wear it all the time. All the time. I am also debating, call me crazy, I'm debating about doing the entire sleeve and garter. I love the look. I love the look of the garter. It just, compared to the stockinette, I mean, it just, I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know down below. I really am thinking about doing the entire sleeves. I don't know if they're going to end up being full sleeves. I don't know if I'm going to have enough yarn for that, but they'll at least be 3/4, you know, little garter sleeves. It could be fun. There are crazier things out there. Super fun pattern. I love it. I'm so glad I decided to make it. And I'm insanely happy with my yarn choices. Look at that. I love it. I couldn't be happier with it. I really, really couldn't. It's awesome. I can't wait to get it, at least the body done, so I can fully try it on, because right now it seems like it's a little big, but I think once I put it on, it's going to be the perfect positive ease that it's just going to drape and flow and be awesome, especially with that silk content. Score! So, yeah, I'm so excited. So excited. Next up, and final up in the whip department, is my Wonder Woman wrap. Now this guy, I'm really excited about, because last time I had to complete a row, so that took up like 10 minutes. And I don't want to do that now because it's already done. So backtracking a little bit, I decided that the dyer behind the Perfect Stitch Fiber Company, Jen, I decided her and I needed to be friends. So I reached out on Instagram and pretty much told her that. You're just north of me in Washington. We need to be friends online and in real life. So far we are just friends online, but I'm hoping that will change and we can meet up. And she worked with my craziness and my super crazy specifications. Specifications. Is that a word? I don't know. To create my perfect red for this shawl. And it is not, that's so blown out. It's not this vibrant in real life. It is much darker, a little dirty. It's my perfect red for this shawl, because I didn't want the classic bright red, bright yellow primary colors. It's just not colors that I wear. I don't wear, bright red. I'll wear bright red lipstick, but I don't wear it in shirts or anything like that. So I wanted something a little dirtier and grungier. And then I wanted something a little more on the gold side versus the yellow. And this is it. This is a little more color accurate. It is a little darker, but not much. So this is, I say it wrong every time, the Mascara, which is the island that the Amazonian women live on, which she took my name suggestion and used it, which that's really exciting for me. Super nerded out over that. And then this one is called AU Guys. Letter A, letter U, Guys. AU is the... I couldn't figure this out last time I recorded this either. On the periodic table, gold, that's its little abbreviation, is AU. And then you combine that with AU Guys. AU Guys! Goonies reference. I freaking love the Goonies. One of my all-time favorite movies. So I had to, for many reasons, had to buy this yarn. Whether it was going to go in this shawl or not, this yarn is coming home with me. So Jen was awesome and created my most perfect pairing for the Wonder Woman wrap. And here it is in all of its, where are we at here? In all of its scrunched up glory. You can't really tell, but I am on my final section of gold. I have 5 garter ridges. I need 12, so I have a little ways to go. And there's kind of the center, I guess, of the W. You can see how that's forming here. Let me tell you guys, free pattern, and who knows why it's free, because the construction of it alone is ingenious. My guess is that because there's probably some copyright issues that she couldn't charge for using the Wonder Woman logo, I guess. I don't know. But it's insane that this thing is a free pattern. So get over there. It is the Wonder Woman wrap by Karis. Is it Karis or Carissa? Did I write that wrong down? Did I write that name down wrong? Lord. Again, I'll have it all down below. Wonder Woman wrap by Karis Browning. Free pattern on Ravelry. Get your butt over there and download it and knit it because it's amazing. I haven't quite decided if I am going to keep this for myself or if I'm going to gift it to somebody. I'm not sure if that person has discovered I podcast yet. No, it's not my boyfriend. And yes, he still doesn't know that I podcast. Yeah, I don't know if this person knows that I podcast, or I know one of our friends knows, and so she may have told her about it. I don't know. So I'm going to keep that name to myself. But yeah, so this may go to that person because I think that they would really, really appreciate it. I'm still toying with the idea. Anyway, I was knitting this while driving to South Dakota, and most of the time I spent it in the back seat hanging out with my 7-year-old nephew, who, when I was first working on it, I was still on the very bottom red. I hadn't even gotten to the triangle yet. And wow, Auntie, you're so good at knitting. Like, whoa. He was super impressed. And so, I've been knitting for 10 years, go on the whole spiel, practice, done it a lot. That's how I've gotten so good, whatever. And then, well, what is it? So I showed him. His eyes got so big. So big. He thought it was so cool. So the cool thing about this pattern, it's got a coloring page schematic that she's already colored in for each step and where you're at. So you know exactly what part you're working on, which is great when it's all scrunched up on the needles and you can't quite tell. And so I was able to show him exactly, okay, see this colored part, that's what I'm working on right now. Or I just finished that part, so now I'm doing this one. And with every step, he was just amazed. Oh, Auntie, that look. I'd be sitting there knitting and we're listening to the radio, we're talking. And Auntie, that looks so good. So it's got the approval of the 7-year-old boy at that. So yeah, good job. Okay, so that is my last whip. I'm going through this a little faster. This, I don't have the pattern name, but it's an Entre Lock bag that I did a couple years ago. I did a swap with a friend, part of my knit group. I knit her a market bag, and she knit me this. I think I got the better end of that deal because it's amazing, and she lined it so it won't stretch out. It's freaking cool. I love this bag so much. So yeah, this bag is Entre Lock Bag. I think if you just search that on Ravelry, you'll find it. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Okay, so my whips are leading me into straight up acquisitions. And I have a lot of them because I was a total yarn pig. So before my last podcast, I had ordered yarn from both Craftsy and Knit Picks, and neither one was there in time for me to show it on the last podcast, and then I left. Don't mind me, just adjusting the girls, because that's what you do. And so first up is my Cloudborn Highland wool, and I'm losing my natural daylight, so this is just getting crappier and crappier lighting. But this is in the magenta color, and I bought it when they had the seriously discounted kits for the Zadie sweater, and I got 8 skeins of it for, I think it was under $60. Cheap. I'm not going to do the Zadie sweater. I am leaning towards a Michelle Wong pattern because I wanted more than just the cables right here. I think that this yarn can hold up, can really showcase some really beautiful cable work. So Michelle Wong is the queen of cables. So she's got one called Cascades, which I'm a Pacific Northwest girl. The Cascades will run through Washington, Oregon, northern part of California. I have to cross them anytime I want to go home to the west side of the state. And it's just a gorgeous cabled sweater, which I think that this will look beautiful in. So, possibly. Next up is some Knit Picks. And this guy, the Wool of Annie's Tweed in the Claret Heather. And it's a little brighter, but you can see all the different colors in that yarn. It's purples, it's some reds, it's some blues, and then you have all the beautiful tweed flecks in it. This yarn, again, I don't have a plan for yet. I have 15 skeins of this, but they're only 50-gram skeins, so it's a little less yardage-wise than the Cloudborn. So, part of me is thinking a Mrs. Weasley Christmas sweater because I can, and everybody should have one. So this might become that. We'll see. I haven't fully decided yet. Next up in acquisitions, I ordered this while in Oklahoma City. And so I'm sure it got here. I think it got here in great timing. I just wasn't here to receive it and to open it and to show it off until today. And this is a brand new, excuse me. Oh, I'm so sorry. This is a brand new shop on Etsy. And I have no idea how I stumbled across them. I think it was a suggestion from Etsy. So way to go, Etsy, for suggesting something brand new. And this is Freak Show Fiber, and I ordered a double knit sock blank from her, and the name of it is Velvet Underground and Nico. Guys, I can't even. It's a banana. It's the Andy Warhol banana. Hello. I mean, seriously, pop art. I was obsessed with Andy Warhol in high school. Obsessed with him. So there's a yellow nanner. There's a pink and a green nanner. There's a purple nanner. And look at how saturated the sock blank is. That's the back side. Almost as clear as the front side. And this is a double knit blank. So it's gonna be so cool. So cool. So it's going to start with the purple banana is where this blank starts with. So it's going to go from the purple banana into the yellow nanner, and then maybe I'll get into the pink one. Probably not the green. We'll see. I don't know. I can't decide. Let me know. Okay. So with a double knit sock blank, my thought was doing 2 9-inch circulars, but can I do them magic loop 2 at a time? Or does it just get too much of a tangled mess? Because if I can do them magic loop 2 at a time, I'm going to do them toe up, and they're going to be long because I want to use up my sock blank because it's that cool. And I have leftover yarn from my, I can't get to it, from my Klein shawl, my sparkly blue yarn from Yarn and You Girl, which could be really fun, like heels, because it's super bright and goes with the brightness of the sock blank, but doesn't necessarily match it, which to me screams Andy Warhol pop art. So that is my Velvet Underground and Nico sock blank. Again, she's a brand new dyer, brand new shop on Etsy. I was her first ever sale, which is crazy. Go check her out. Give her some love. She's got really amazing sock blanks in her shop. They're all double knit, so you're going to get matching socks. She has other like speckled and variegated yarns. Gorgeous. I've got my eye on a few different ones in her shop. So please go check her out. Show her some love. And yeah, you know, let's share the wealth, share the love amongst dyers. So there's that one. So that was just an order online. I impulse buy. I saw it and I had to get it. I couldn't not. And then, I totally forgot. So along with my bright neon macaroon bag, my awesome friend Megan sent me this amazing skein. It's upside down. And this is called Sarah's Starburst. And she sent me 2 skeins of yarn. And I picked this one because it's fingering weight, and I love fingering weight. And Sarah's Starburst, Sarah is her sister, who I'm also friends with. So I get a little bit of Megan and a little bit of Sarah in this yarn, which to me is very special. So thank you, Megan, for an amazing, amazing birthday present. And she also included this super cute, come on now. There we go. Little elephant stitch marker. Oh, it's the wrong side. Just try that. So really cute elephant stitch marker. And she included in that the skein of yarn for the 250 subscriber giveaway. I will tell more about that at the end of the episode, but there's that one. Super excited. DK weight. So many cool DK weight things out there. As well as a, little sea turtle stitch marker, which is going to be part of my Soul Center Summer Knit Along prize. So those are gifts from Sarah, from Megan. Thank you, Megan. She has the Little Fish Stitches podcast as well as Etsy shop, Creations by Guppy. Creations by Guppy on Etsy. And that was kind of some fun happy mail, which was super, I was really stoked by that. And then onto the more wool yarn piggery. Because again, when you travel, you go to yarn shops and you buy yarn. So Oklahoma, my faded sweater, that was the only purchase there. And then my next trip was to the southeastern corner of South Dakota. And a nearby town is Yankton, South Dakota, which is near Sioux Falls, so in the southeastern corner. And this shop is called You Knit It. E-W-E, Knit It. And she's got some really amazing yarn in there. And so I had to pick some stuff up for myself and maybe a skein for you guys. So first up, I got this amazing skein of Anzula Luxury Fibers in the Wash My Lace base, which is a 100% superwash merino, and it is They say plus or minus 990 yards. Almost 1,000 yards. This is a yarn baby in lace form. In the slate colorway. And I think there's a Stephen West kind of vest, lace weight vest thing that I have been eyeing for a while. And so I think I have 2 skeins of this kind of sparkly, what are those called? Sequined mohair that I may kind of, for like some sections of it, double up with the lace to give it a little more. I mean, it's Stephen West. You have to throw mohair in there, right? But I only have a total of 250 meters, or this is like 900 meters, so very limited quantities of this compared to what I have of this. So it would be just randomly kind of striped in there. However, this thing knits up, I don't remember. I don't, this way, that way, both ways, I don't know. So these might be paired together and be friends. We shall see. The next selfish purchase from there is this gorgeous skein that I unskeined once and I'm not going to do again because it's kind of a pain in the butt to get the tag on. But this is from Alexandra's Crafts, my bad. And this is her Timberline Ice Base, which is 63% superwash, 20% silk, 15% nylon, and 2% silver. And the thing is, with only 2%, I don't know how well it's going to show now, but it seems just as sparkly as most of the 5% that I've seen. You can kind of see it there, maybe. Yeah, you can see some of the sparkle. And these, I think, will become the Rhinebeck is Calling socks. I'm so excited. And mainly because the colorway is called Autumn. I don't know about you guys, but I am so ready for fall. We are finally getting a break from the heat. It's supposed to be starting tomorrow. Today got up to about 95 here. It's a dry heat, so thank God for that. But we're getting a lot of smoke and haze from fires up in BC, in western Montana. So it's really smoky and hazy here. And tomorrow it's supposed to drop down to like 78, I think, which means hopefully some of that smoke and haze will clear out of here and we get cooler weather and cleaner air. So autumn, I'm itching for autumn. So I think these are going to become the Rhinebeck is Calling socks. Now the final skein that I picked up for you guys. I still want to keep it. I unskeined it the first time I recorded, and I may have to because it is, I mean, in the skein, it's really stunning. It's really pretty, but then when you undo it, that to me is when, look at it. I mean, seriously, can you? It reminds me of tie-dye. And I love me some tie-dye. Love, love, love me some tie-dye. So this skein is going to my finished object winner of the Slow Ass Knitters Summer Knit Along. So you have 3 days left to get a summer garment done. So go, 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 because I mean, look at that. That is total tie-dye. How, so good. So good. Try and get this to skate up tight again so I can get the ball band on. Bored. It's not wanting to. Come on. There we go. Back up. Oh, it's so pretty. It is so pretty. So yeah, you've got 3 days left to get your finished object picture in and done. And then the ladies and myself who are hosting, We'll draw for winners, and I think we're going to come out with a separate video for that. So stay tuned. But again, this base is, she calls Diamond Lake, and it's 80/20 merino and Tessa silk. So this would be you know what this would be really pretty as? Like a hitchhiker, because of the silk is going to be a really cool drape, but you can knit socks with silk instead of nylon, because the silk it's a strong fiber. Maybe not as strong as nylon, but it is a strong fiber. So these would make a really fun, funky pair of socks, a really cool shawl, one skein shawl. But it's plump. It's an 80/20, 100 grams, 400 yards. So I don't know. But this, along with this little sea turtle stitch marker, and maybe another little goodie or two that I'll throw in there, is the price for that knit along. And so that's still an acquisition. So let's continue on to prizes and knit alongs and acquisitions, which leads me into a whole new knit along that I am co-hosting that starts on August 15th. So I've got one ending on the 15th and one starting on the 15th. And this one I am so excited about. It is the Yarnaholics Harry Potter Cal. And this one I am co-hosting with Jenny from Lucky Jenny Knits, as well as some makers who joined in and created a kit that I'm pretty sure is all gone. There might be one left in Jen's shop, which is the Perfect Stitch fiberco.com, I think. And it was a, what did she call it? The Weasley's first aid kit or something like that. But it is a really cool kit. So anyway, co-hosting with Jenny from Lucky Jenny Knits, Jen from the Perfect Stitch Fiber Company, Lynn from Sunshine and Bubblegum created these really cool drawstring bags, super sparkly, magical, as well as Lindsay from Simply Serving HK, or Simply Serving Handcrafts. And the progress keepers that she created, they are amazing. I'm going to try to pull and insert some pictures. I don't know if I can find good ones, but let me tell you, these ladies blew my expectations out of the water. And so, yeah, so there are kind of 5 of us, but really Jenny and I are kind of the main ones hosting the chatter and the FO, but know that those other makers are definitely involved. The whole thing is, I believe, Jen's brainchild, and she just kind of pulled all of us in. So my podcast group on Ravelry is hosting the chatter thread, and Jenny's podcast group is hosting the finished object thread. And let me tell you, I have contacted a few of my favorite dyers to see if they'd be willing to donate some prizes, which is not something I typically do. I don't want to solicit dyers. I want to purchase from them, but I am so excited about this Cal that I wanted to make sure that we had some really spectacular prizes coming in. And we do. I don't have any of them in my hands right now, but I know that Jen from the Perfect Stitch Fiber Company is going to be donating a prize. I know that the dyer behind Teeny Button Studios, which I'm totally blanking on her name right now, and I feel so bad. She has donated a skein and given that to Lynn. So Lynn has that one. So, and it's awesome. I'm not going to tell you what it is yet, but it's awesome. I've seen it. It's a gorgeous color. You're going to want it. I don't know if Lindsay's going to come out with a charm to donate. I don't know. But the dyers that I've been in contact with and who have said, yes, I would love to donate a prize, are some really phenomenal dyers that I love their stuff. So keep an eye on this space. As I get those prizes in the mail, I will show them off. I will get you guys excited. But it's Harry Potter. And the cool thing about this Cal is it literally, we want anything and everything Harry Potter. So if you have a Harry Potter yarn and a Harry Potter inspired pattern, that's 2 entries. You have a yarn, a pattern, a project bag, progress keeper, that's 4 entries. I mean, and I think we're going to try to come up with some virtual knit nights involved with this. So Harry Potter snacks, listen to the book. I mean, we want this to be as Harry Potter filled as we can get it. So I'm so excited. On my Ravelry group, I have a Harry Potter bundle that has close to, if not 100 patterns inspired by Harry Potter. I can give you a list of dyers that have really fantastic Harry Potter themed yarns. I mean, here's the deal. There are going to be, I would say, at least a dozen, 10 prizes, maybe, I don't know, a ton of prizes. So right now, your chances of winning something is really high because we have a ton of prizes that we're going to be able to give out. And I'm thrilled that I get to be a part of this and so honored that Jen thought of me to include me in this. And oh, it's so good. So it starts on August 15th, runs until November 15th. So you have August, September, October. No, so August to September, to October, to November. You have 3 months. I can do math. You have 3 months to create anything and everything Harry Potter. So I definitely have plans for a lot of socks. Maybe my Mrs. Weasley's Christmas sweater. Some really cool stuff coming up. So we have patterns too. We have a few pattern designers who have already talked to Jen and want to donate patterns as prizes. So guys, you want to be a part of this. You really do, because it's going to be amazing. So start planning. Head to the chatter group. I want that to be active. I'm going to try to be active and respond and all of that jazz. So please, please, please jump into my group, join it. Jump into Jenny's, join that to be ready for the finished objects. It's going to be epic. Epic, epic, epic. Okay. So, here's a little sneak peek. These, again, I want to keep for myself, but I'm not going to. This is the Wizards Candy Minis, as well as the Zonko's Joke Shop Minis from the Sexy Knitter. Prizes. I told you, as I get my hands on them, I will show you. So, just a taste. This is just a taste of what's coming your way as far as things that you can win with this cow. So, I'm so excited. Speaking of giveaways and prizes, I've reached my 250 subscribers and then some, which means I finally get to put it up in my group. And I've been waiting because I want to get a good picture and I want to come up with a good question to ask in my thread. But I have the yarn. I finally have everything. Dropping things. And this is the completed kit of what you can win for my 250 subscriber giveaway. How cool is that? So I have a bag from Janine from the Yarn and You Girl Shop and podcast. I have a skein of DK weight yarn in the, did this one have a color? Mermaid watercolor, hello. From Megan of Little Fish Stitches. And then I've got stitch markers from Be Easy by LB on Etsy. So let's see. There we go. Oh, I'm sorry, that was probably so loud. Genius me dumped them out. And we're still recording. Okay, that was a little weird. So yeah. So there are 3 progress keepers in there. To me, this is a really cool, awesome set. I think it goes really well together. Thank you, makers, for donating this. I love it. I love that I get to promote your products and brag you up and then treat somebody else with some really awesome party in their mailbox. So head on over to my Ravelry group, join it, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, and look out for the prompt there to be winning this amazing set of goodies. So there is that. Now, I'm all about the giveaways this episode. Janine, not only did she donate this really awesome, really adorable project bag, but she also contacted me recently and said, hey, I just came out with a brand new shawl design. Would you like a copy to give away on your podcast? Hello, yes, I would. I love giving things away. It is one of my favorite things I get to do while podcasting. So she just came out with her Yexa shawl, which is a 2-color shawl, triangle shape, I believe. I need to double check on that, but I believe it's a triangle shape, 2-color shawl, and I get to give away a copy to one of you guys. So go ahead, again, head over to my Ravelry group. I'll have a prompt. It'll all be there, ready and waiting for you guys. So check it out. And with that, I'm going to call this episode done. I have recorded this much twice already. I mean, I was just about to the end when I goofed it last time. So I'm going to call it a night. Thank you for joining me. If you liked what you saw, don't forget to hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, please do. It helps my podcast get out into the world a little bit more. Check out the Ravelry groups for podcasts, for knit-alongs and giveaways that are coming up. And with that, I will see you guys next time. Happy knitting. Bye.